This just in, President James K. Polk died today, June 15, 1849, of cholera. Cholera is an intestinal infection. He was our 11th president, and he was 54 years old. Polk had his wife, Sarah Childress, and had no children. Today is a very tragic day all throughout the nation.
To honor this beloved president, we would like to share some interesting information about his fulfilling life. James K. Polk was born on November 2, 1795 in Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. At the age of 10, he moved to Tennessee with his family. Polk had a father, mother, and 9 siblings. His father's name was Samuel, and he was friends with Andrew Jackson. His mother's name was Jane Knox. Many of his siblings passed away at a young age.
Politics was very evident and important all throughout Polk's life. He was a Democrat, and he was part of the Tennessee House of Representatives for 3 years in the 1820s. In 1825, he became part of the U.S. House of Representatives, and he stayed there for 14 years. Polk was Speaker of the House for 4 years. From 1839 to 1841, he was Governor of Tennessee.
In 1844, there were many issues within the Democratic Party. They were having a difficult time gaining the 2/3 of the vote to nominate a candidate. James K. Polk was considered as a vice presidential candidate on the 9th ballot. Originally, Martin Van Buren was the nominee for presidency, but eventually the people lost faith in him. Polk was the first dark horse nominee. This meant that he was not very known among the people, and it was a surprise that most people thought about him for his consideration into presidency.
There were some people that did not particularly like Polk. One of these people was a Whig candidate named Henry Clay. He did not like Polk because Clay was not in favor of the main presidential campaign. This campaign was centered around the idea of the annexation of Texas. Annexation means that Texas would join the nation as a state. Ultimately, Polk's constant efforts to support moving westward helped him win the election of 1844.
James K. Polk took office on March 4, 1845. At the time, he was the youngest person to become president at the age of 49. Throughout his presidency, he was known as Young Hickory.
The unfortunate thing about his presidency is that working in the White House affected his health. Polk left the White House on March 4, 1849, exhausted from his 4 years of hard work. He lost a lot of weight, he had incredibly deep lines on his face, and he had dark circles right under his eyes. These were signs of cholera, the disease that Polk died of in his newest home, Polk Place, in Nashville, Tennessee. He was buried on the grounds of his new home.
We got hold of what Mr. Polk's last words to his beloved wife Sarah were. He said, "I love you, Sarah. For all eternity, I love you."
James K. Polk was an astounding president, and we are sad to see him go. We are Amanda Resnick and Melissa Padias, and this is Channel 7 News. Thank you and goodbye.